If you own an older Eureka F&G style upright vacuum, and even a select few models of Sanitaire vacuums that have the 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 handle mounted power switch and need to find a replacement cord, you might want to stick around and watch this video, because this cord replacement that I'm about to do right here would hopefully benefit you pretty well. So here I am using, for this particular mod, demonstration, replacement, whatever you want to do, is my newly purchased Eureka ESP model 2109. This has a 7 amp motor, and when I got this, the cord was shorted out. So that's why I was wondering, because I tried plugging it in and seeing if it would turn on. Nothing did. I looked over the vacuum, even though there was a giant tear in the power cord. Normally some vacuums I've seen still run with torn power cords, but then I went to examining even more, and at the end of the strain relief, there was a section of the cord ripped open and the wires inside were completely black. So that has led me to believe that old cord has shorted out. I'm not sure if it took the motor with it. I hope it didn't, but that's besides the point. I'm going to show you what it takes to replace the power cord on this, for those that have an in-handle power switch instead of the foot-operated power switch, because there are so many replacements available for that model. So right here is a little mod that I actually made myself. This is a custom-built strain relief that I made so the cord doesn't get nicked into the handle. I actually use this metal strain, which is actually made for a commercial Sanitaire, and just threaded it on the inside of this spot where the cord runs into. But as you can see, it runs up to the top where the handle cover obviously should be. And there is a bunch of other set of wires. There's another power cord that runs down into the motor, and it has a white and a black wire. As you can see, one black wire ties into a red wire, in which the one red wire goes to the power switch, which actually this has two red wires on it. So you know any red wire that you see right here is coming off of the power switch. And the way this cord system is generally set up, let me see if I can pull this cord down a little, is the white wires are twisted and connected together by these little twist ties right here. And let me go ahead and see, it uses these little twist ties. The white wires are attached together, and then one black wire is connected to a red wire where it runs into the power switch, and then goes out of the power switch and down to the motor where it obviously energizes and turns the vacuum on. So what I'm going to do is orient these wires, and then I'll get back to you once I got everything all situated. All right, once everything is all lined up the way you want, what you're going to have to do next is tuck the wires away. Now this is going to be pretty tricky to do, because I don't want everything to unravel on me and all my hard work for nothing. So what I'm going to do now is set you guys down and come back once everything is tucked away. All right, once you get everything inside, I also want to add, it might be best if you had the power switch mounted in its spot. just so everything doesn't, or at least so you don't have any wires pinching, because that would be a bad day. That would limit current flow and create another short. But what you're going to do now is put this little cap over the wires on the inside of the handle, just like so. That'll tuck everything away. And then you're going to want to put your handle cap back in place. Push as far down as you can until it's on there. And now your cord has been replaced. So it was a little bit of a lengthy process, but I'm going to go ahead and plug this thing in and see if I get some kind of power. All right, it's all plugged in. Here goes nothing. Success. So I think what I'm probably going to do now is button everything back up, and I'll probably get back to you once I put the hood back on, put in a fresh new headlight, new bag and everything. And I'll show you the finished product and maybe give you a little bit of test run to see how everything functions. All right, just a side note, whenever you are changing the belt on one of these vacuums, and this will go for you Sanitaire guys and maybe even some people who own Hoover convertible uprights, but if you don't put the belt on the motor shaft properly, the brush roll will spin backwards. Trust me, I've been there once or twice before. So the best way I've found to do this is plug the vacuum in real quick and turn it on and see how the motor spins and see which direction it rotates. So that'll give you somewhat of an idea of how to orient the belt so that it spins forwards and not backwards. So for these Eurekas, it's always best to run the bottom part of the belt around the left of the motor shaft, while the other end comes back and runs back up towards the top of the brush roll. And just as a side note, I would like to point out this is a genuine Eureka RD belt. I'm gonna see if a genuine belt lasts much longer than any generic belts I've seen a lot of people use on Sanitaires and bunch of other of the Eureka F&G machines that don't hold up very well and they stretch very easily. But right now we're just about at the home stretch. I got the hood on, fresh new headlight installed. Now I just got to get a bag in and we'll give this thing a test run. And now here is the finished product. Just recently, or just now I should say, installed a brand new HEPA F&G bag. For those of you who are interested in know what an F&G bag is set up, it's set up and mounts in as if it were a bottom fill, but the way the bag is designed makes it a top fill. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the vacuum on real quick just to show you how it works. See, that's when it's operating. So basically mounts as a bottom fill, but gives you top fill convenience. So for any of you who are looking for a replacement bag and are wanting to know how in the first place I got a Eureka F&G and HEPA cloth configuration, there's this company that's called Vacuum America Clean that supplies these HEPA F&G bags. There are a couple others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but they made these entirely out of cloth material, and people know HEPA cloth bags really work much better than paper bags. I mean, even if you get genuine paper bags, they don't stack up to the performance and filtration you get out of a HEPA cloth bag. And also, I would like to point out, for any of you who own one of these F&G style machines, whether it be a Eureka, a vintage Eureka, or even a Sanitaire that takes F&Gs, get the HEPA cloth bags. Or even any of you who probably remembers this, they're the older Royal metal upright vacuums that take the type A bags. Basically, they're an exact copy of a Eureka F&G bag, and you can run F&Gs in Royals. If you can find these HEPA cloth bags, I suggest running them in your Royals. And maybe even Hoover convertibles, because I know the ones that take the type C bag are bottom fill design. I just hope the convertible you have has a much larger outer bag in order to accept a big F&G bag and a small outer bag that takes only type Cs. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and give you a quick run video of this machine now that I've finally got it fixed. And that was that. Already, this has given me a lot of flashbacks of me having my old Sanitaire. Probably some of you, my longtime followers, remember I had a Sanitaire S677D, which was the high-end model with the ST bag setup, which that was the closest thing I could get to an old classic Eureka F&G style vacuum until I got my hands on this, but needed a little bit of TLC, and now she's finally up and running. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and hope this helps you in replacing the cord on your Eureka or Sanitaire with the in-handle cord setup. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.